November 24, 2014, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. It was the Baltimore Ravens at the New Orleans Saints. The Ravens won the toss and they elected it a first, so the Saints would take over first. They started off with the ball on their own 20, and then on first down, Drew Brees hit Jimmy Graham for an 11-yard reception to make it a first down on the 31. Then Morgan ended up running for 67 yards, and he ended up getting tackled. It was a horse collar tackle, and that made it actually half the distance to the goal. So now it was first and goal on the 1. Ingram lost a yard on first down, and then he fumbled it on second down, but it ended up being reversed by the booth. So it was third and goal on the 1. A false start brought them back. And so now it was third and goal on the 6. Drew Brees then scrambled for 5 yards. Now it was fourth and goal on the 1. They elected to go for it. And Mark Ingram lost 2 yards as a totally nada. And Terrell Suggs were there to stop him and force the Saints to turn the ball over on downs. So in the first possessions, the Saints get all the way to the 1 yard line and don't even get 1 point. So now the Ravens would take over on their own 3-yard line with about 12 and a half minutes left in the first quarter. And Justin Forsett on first down ran 38 yards all the way to the Baltimore 41. So now it was a first down. Pierce ran for 2 yards on first down. Flacco then threw an incomplete pass, and on 3rd and 8 from the 43, Flacco hit Steve Smith for a 14-yard pass that made it a first down in New Orleans territory at the 43. Then on 2nd and 2 from the 35, Forsett ran for 4 yards, and there was a face mask, and so now it was a first down in the red zone on the New Orleans 16 for the Ravens. Forsett then ran for 3 yards, and then he ran for -2, getting stopped shy. And so now it's 3rd and 9 on the 15. Flacco dropped back to pass, and he went to Steve Smith, and Steve Smith made an amazing catch, falling backwards and reeling it in despite excellent defense, and it was a 15-yard touchdown that put the Ravens on the board first with the score Baltimore 7, New Orleans 0. The Saints then went 3 and out and punted the ball to the Ravens, who would also go 3 and out, and they punted it right back to New Orleans. So now with 6 minutes left in the first, the Saints had the ball on their own 15. Drew Brees went to Stills for a 7-yard pass, and then Ingram ran for 2. It was 3rd and 1 from the 24. And an illegal use of hands penalty against the defense would make it first down on the 29. Drew Brees then went to Morgan, and Morgan picked up 62 yards as it was his second 60-plus yard play. This one on a reception. The other one was an end around, but they didn't get a touchdown out of that one. But this one now made it first and goal on the 9. Ingram lost a yard, so 2nd and goal on the 10. Drew Brees drops back and he hits Jimmy Graham for the 10-yard touchdown pass that tied the score up at 7 apiece. So they would get 7 points out of that big play. So they got down there into the red zone and right on the goal line. So now the Ravens would take over on their own 21 with about 3.5 minutes or so left in the first quarter. They would bring the ball up to midfield when Pierce ran for 26 yards on first down. He then ran for another 3 yards. Forsett then ran for another 2, and it was 3rd and 5 from the 48. Flacco then dropped back and he hit Steve Smith for a 40-yard reception. First, he picked up 8 yards after the catch, and it made it first and goal on the 8. Forsett then ran for a yard, and the first quarter came to a close with the score tied up at 7 apiece. So now the Ravens would start the second quarter with the ball on the 7-yard line, 2nd and goal. Flacco dropped back to pass, and he hit Jusic, but then it ended up being that he didn't get anything. They ended up going to the booth, but he did not get anything, and he ended up fumbling the ball. And so now it would be first down for the Saints on the 1-yard line. So now the Drew Brees would end up going to Hill. He picked up 17 yards, and that made it a first down on the 18 for the Saints. Then on 3rd and 2 from the 26, Drew Brees went to Colston for a 9-yard pass, and that made a first down on the 35. Brees was then sacked by Mosley as the rookie sacked him for a 6-yard loss. Then on 3rd and 16, Brees was sacked by Elvis Dummerville, and out came the punting unit. So now the Ravens would get the ball back on their own 31 after the punt, and Flacco hit Torrey Smith for a 40-yard pass that made a first down in New Orleans territory on the 29. Forsett then ran for 10 yards for a first down. A false start would make it 1st and 15 on the 24, and Forsett ran for 11 yards, and then Forsett on 2nd and 4 from the 13 ran it into the end zone for the 13-yard touchdown run, and that put the Ravens ahead 14-7 over the Saints. So now the Saints would take over on their own 20 with about 9 minutes left before halftime. And on 2nd and 6, Brees went to Ingram for a 13-yard pass that brought the ball to the 37 for a first down. And on 3rd and 8 from the 39, Brees ended up throwing an incomplete pass, but a roughing the passer call made it first down on the 45 of Baltimore for the Saints. And on 3rd and 3 from the 38, Drew Brees went to Stills for a 33-yard pass that made it 1st and goal on the 5. They wouldn't get in the end zone, and on 4th down, Graham would come out to attempt a 20-yard kick. It was up, it was good, and it was now Baltimore 14, New Orleans 10. So now the Ravens would take over on their own 15 with about 4 minutes left before halftime, and they would end up punting the ball 4 plays later. So the Saints would take over on their own 19 with less than 2 minutes on the clock. And on 2nd and 4 from the 25, Brees went to Thomas, and he took it for a 16-yard pickup. And now it was a first down on the 41. Then on 3rd and 1 from the 50, Drew Brees went to Cadet. He picked up 5 in the first down on the Baltimore Ravens 45. Drew Brees then went to Colston for a 19-yard reception. He ran up to the line and spiked the ball, as it was now going to be a 2nd and 10 on the 26 after the spike. Drew Brees then went to Marques Colston for the 26-yard touchdown pass that put the Saints back in the lead, as it was now 17-14. New Orleans over Baltimore. The Ravens would end up bringing the half to a close with a 13-yard run by Forsett after the kickoff. And at halftime, the score was New Orleans 17, Baltimore 14. The Ravens would start things off in the 3rd quarter. They started off on their own 20. They were faced with a 3rd and 1 from the 29, and Jones ran for 3 yards to pick up a first down. Then on 3rd and 10 from the 32, Flacco went to Steve Smith for a 20-yard pass. There was a personal foul against the defense, and now it was a first down on the 33 in New Orleans for the Ravens. They were then faced with a 3rd and 12 from the 35, and Flacco went to Brown for a 14-yard pass on the first down on the 21. Then on 3rd and 10, Flacco went to Owen Daniels, but he came up just shy of the first down. And on 4th and 2 from the 13, out came Tucker to attempt the 31-yard field goal. It was up, it was good, and this game was now tied at 17 apiece. So now New Orleans would take over with about 8.5 minutes left in the 3rd with the ball on their own 20. On 3rd and 1 from the 29, Ingram ran for 9 yards in the first down to bring it to the 38. Then on 2nd and 13 from the 35, Drew Brees went to Cadet, and he picked up 6 yards. And then ended up being 3rd and 7 from the 41. Drew Brees dropped back to pass, and he was intercepted by Will Hill, and Will Hill ran it back 44 yards for the pick 6 and the touchdown to put the Ravens in the lead 24-17 over the Saints. So now the Saints would get the ball with 5 minutes left in the 3rd, and they would end up punting it back to the Ravens after 4 plays. The Ravens would now take over with about 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. They started off the ball on their own 16, and on 3rd and 1 from the 25, Flacco picked up the first down by going for it himself and picking up 3. So now it's 1st and 10 on the 28, and Pierce got stopped for no gain, and that brought the 3rd quarter to a close with the score: Baltimore 24, New Orleans 17. So to begin the 4th quarter, the Ravens had the ball, 2nd and 10 on their own 28. Flacco went to Torrey Smith. He picked up 11 in the first down on the Baltimore 39. Now at 3rd and 2 from the 47, Flacco went back to Smith. Torrey Smith for a 15-yard reception. They would make it a first down on the New Orleans 38 as the Saints took their first time out of the second half. Then on 3rd and 9, an incomplete pass would bring out Tucker to attempt a 55-yard field goal. It was up, it was good, and the Ravens extended their lead to 10 points with the score: Baltimore 27, New Orleans 17. So now the Saints would take over with 11 minutes left on the clock in this game, needing 2 scores. They had the ball on their own 20, and on 2nd and 6 from the 24, Brees went to Graham for an 11-yard pass that made a first down on the 35. On 2nd and 6 from the 39, Brees went to Colston for a 28-yard reception that made it a first down in Baltimore territory on the 33 for the Saints. On 2nd and 2 from the 25, Pierre Thomas picked up 4 in the first down that brought the ball to the 21. But on 3rd and 5 from the 16, Drew Brees threw an incomplete pass that would bring out Graham to attempt the 34-yard field goal. It was up, it was good, and it was now a 7-point game with the score Baltimore 27, New Orleans 20. So now the Ravens would take over with 6.5 minutes left in the fourth with the ball on their own 20. Flacco went to Torrey Smith. He picked up 15 in the first down at the 35. Justin Forsett then ran for 35 yards all the way across midfield into the New Orleans 30 for the first down. Pierce lost 4 on the next play to make it 2nd and 14, and a penalty against the there was offsetting penalties, and they ended up with a 5-yard. There was 3 penalties, 2 of them offset. The end up result would be 2nd and 19 as they replayed the down. Flacco then went to Smith. It was a 17-yard pass. Now it was 3rd and 2 from the 22. Forsett picked up the first down. New Orleans took their second time out of the second half. It was now 1st and 10 on New Orleans 24, the Ravens, and Justin Forsett ran it in from 20 yards out for the touchdown that made it Baltimore 34, New Orleans 20. As the Ravens extended their lead to 2 touchdowns. So now the Saints took over 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter with the ball on their own 20. On 2nd and 10 from the 20, Drew Brees hit Stills for a 16-yard pass and a first down on the 36. Then on 2nd and 2 from the 44, Brees went to Graham for an 8-yard pass that brought the ball to midfield and into Baltimore territory on the 48. Then on 3rd and 5 from the Baltimore 43, Drew Brees hit Pierre Thomas for a 6-yard pass and a first down on the 37. Then on 1st and 15, Drew Brees went to Toon for a 14-yard pass that made it 2nd and 1 on the 28, and Brees went to Graham for a 5-yard pass to make it a first down on the 23. Drew Brees then went back to Toon. This one was a 21-yard reception that made it a 1st and goal on the Baltimore 2 as New Orleans took their final timeout. Drew Brees then went to Jimmy Graham for the 2-yard touchdown pass that made this game within a touchdown with the score. Baltimore 34, New Orleans 27. So now with the Saints down by a touchdown, they would go for an onside kick. They lined up on the right, then they shifted to the left. They went for the kick, and the Ravens recovered. Flacco took a knee, and this game came to a close with the final score. Baltimore 34, New Orleans 27. And with the win, the Ravens are 7-4 on the season. They're 3-3 on the road. The Saints are 4-7, 3-3 at home. Joe Flacco was 18 for 24 in this game with 243 passing yards and a touchdown. Drew Brees was 35 for 45 with 420 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Forsett was the game's leading rusher with 22 carries for 182 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the game's leading receiver was a tie between Torrey Smith of the Ravens with 5 receptions for 98 yards and Kenny Stills of the Saints with 8 receptions for 98 yards. Steve Smith had 4 receptions for 89 yards and a touchdown. And Colston had 4 receptions for 82 yards and a touchdown as well. And Jimmy Graham had 6 receptions for 47 yards and 2 touchdowns. And on defense, the game's leading tackler was the rookie C.J. Mosley at 9 tackles, 1 sack, 3 tackles for losses. And Will Hill had the game's only interception, which he returned for the pick 6, the touchdown off that 44-yard return, which ended up being the difference in this game. Elvis Dummerville had 2 sacks for the Ravens to go along with his 3 tackles, and Terrell Suggs had 6 tackles and 1 sack as well, as the Ravens combined for 4 sacks, and the only sack for the Saints was by Junior Gillette. He had 4 tackles and 1 sack. And it ended up being Curtis Lofton and Pierre Warren, who both had 7 tackles, to be the leading tacklers for the Saints. So in this game, the Ravens win an impressive victory on the road on Monday Night Football, and the final score, Baltimore 34, New Orleans 27.